Happy New Year!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Grillz Barbecue. I'm Big Ed. I want to start by wishing you guys a happy New Year. 2022 is already here. We already in it. And hey, I hope you guys had a wonderful holiday season. Hope you got to spend a lot of quality time with your family and things of that nature. I know that I did, and I feel blessed for it. But look, I've been getting a lot of requests for ribs, and so I thought, what better way to start the year off than by hooking up some ribs and doing some rib tips on the Lone Star Grill here behind me. And so that's what we're gonna do. Let's get right into this. All right, guys, so the first step that I do, which I'm not gonna show on camera, if I'm dealing with poultry or if I'm dealing with pork, I wash it with a salt, water, and vinegar solution. That's just my method and my way of doing things, and that's just what I do. It's optional, but that's just how I treat my meat, man. That's just how it is. But let's get right to the order of business. Now, we're gonna start with the classic French mustard for the binder. We're gonna go on the top with some of this Holy Gospel by Meat Church. It's a good rub. And then on the bottom, I'm gonna hit it with a little bit of this SPG with just a light dusting of the Meat Church, because the smoker cooks from the bottom, and so it won't burn the rub, but I just kind of play to the strength of my smoker. So that's how we do it. We're gonna get right into trimming these up. All right, guys, so again, we got the first one down, and I'm gonna just go through this one more time. What I like to do is just go through how I trim my ribs. Start with either end of the flap. It don't matter to me. I just whatever's closest. You want to remove that. Then I like to remove this bone right here. That out the way. And then at this point, you can grab your napkin and grab this membrane. Go ahead and just pull that right off. Then feel for that bone. And depending on what trim you like, I'm going to St. Louis cut today because I'm gonna do these rib tips. So I know about right here, so good. Then these little end bones right here, little end, you don't need that. Take it off. And these are kind of fatty, so I'm gonna just trim a little bit of this fat off. Not much. Not a big deal. Then we'll flip them over. Not really much of a false cap to worry about, so we good on that. Take a little bit of this fat off. And again, start on the back side. Trick with rub is you want to be able to see your meat. You don't want it so thick that you can't see the grains of your meat. You can't see. You kind of want an opaque color on your meat. That way that smoke can penetrate. And I'm gonna give this just a little bit of light dusting on the back, real light. It's windy out here, so. All right, guys, so here's the rib tips, and you want to treat these just how you would a rib. You want to remove any membrane and all the fat and things that you don't want to chew on off. You want to square them off, and a key element is getting an even thickness so they don't dry out. You don't want to leave these cooking at the same way that you would treat a rib. You want to go about 2-3 hours on these, maybe 2.5. I would say 2.5 just to be on the safe side. Get yourself an aluminum pan. Put yourself whatever liquid you want. I'm gonna be going with some Worcestershire vinegar, water, and just let them steam in that. And that's really gonna just tenderize these and give you a nice morsel of just beautiful and flavorful pork. And they're absolutely delicious and tender as can be once they're done. So that's pretty much it. All right, guys, so we got a fire going. Got the fire set up, and today, as usual, man, I'm running a mixture of hickory and oak. And yeah, we're about to get these ribs on. I just want y'all to see this. I'm gonna close this up. Come up to the top, all that wood, that fire raging. Nothing but clean smoke, baby. Nothing but clean smoke. So we on our way, man. We on our way. We about to get this meat on and get it rolling. All right, folks, we about the 2.5 hour mark. We're gonna go ahead and get these rib tips off and move on to the next step. Smell-o-vision, boy. Shot of these ribs while it's open. Looking good. Another 2 hours or so, we'll be good. All right, guys, so we got our rib tips into the pan. We're gonna go ahead and just use some of this liquid that we use to spritz with, put it into the pan, cover it with some heavy duty aluminum foil, throw it back in the smoker and let it rock, man. So I'm just gonna put some quarter liquid into here. Just enough to put enough liquid into the pan where it can create some steam. I'll put a little bit more. Don't get a heavy duty aluminum foil. It's doubled, so we're gonna go right on it. Nice and tight. Go ahead and get these rib tips back into the smoker. They'll finish around the same time as the ribs are done, in about 45 minutes to an hour. Before they're done, I'll go ahead and ladle some sauce into them, let them just smother them in sauce, let them cook and continue to break down, and we're gonna be left with some beautiful, tender, just absolutely amazing and delicious pieces of pork. So I'm looking forward to that. Let's continue. Let's keep moving. Put them right here on the hot side. See how our fire doing? And running a little low. This big boy on here. Off we go. Yes, sir. Fire like to climb. All right, guys, we're still rocking and rolling. At this point, we're about to go ahead and get these rib tips out. We're gonna go ahead and just ladle some sauce on them, wrap them back up, and get them right back in. I'm gonna show you how I do that. All right, bad boy's open. Smells good already. Steam come out of there. Now, take some of this homemade sauce. Just ladle that right on there. Guys, that's how the rib tips is looking. We're about to put these back in the smoker, and they'll just braise in that sauce and they cut. It's just tender morsels of pork. Stick around. All right, guys, we're about the four and a half hour mark right about now. About to take a peek in here, see what's going on. Ribs are looking good. I'm about to check on these rib tips. Sprit. About an hour off. Yeah. Good. Alright guys, pretty much looking good now. It's about where we want to be. Go ahead and get these off, get them sauced, and they'll be coming off in about 15 minutes. We'll get right into it. Guys, I know it's dark out here, but we lost daylight. It's all right. It's gonna come on the back side with this sauce. All I did was make myself a little aluminum boat. I'm gonna get these brushed. Absolutely amazing, nice and tender. It's flexing, and it ain't gonna break. Okay, we're going back in for 15 more minutes. It's time to eat. Alright guys, so about another 15 minutes or so, I'm gonna let that sauce set up, thicken up a little bit, get tacky, and after that it's time to eat. Absolutely beautiful looking rib. Go ahead and try it. That's what you want. Get a clean bite. Moist, super moist rib. Nice smoke profile. We're gonna come around on these rib tips. You can just slice these, and this thing goes through like butter. Nice, tender, juicy morsel of meat right here. So look at that one more time. These almost melt in your mouth, and then cook them right and let that fat render out. It's one of the best pieces of pork you could ever try. Wow, man, that was just an amazing cook, and I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. Also want to again wish you guys a happy 2022, a happy new year, and may your year be blessed and prosperous. Hey, and if you haven't, subscribe to the channel, like the video. It helps me out a lot, and I appreciate you guys. Till next time, Big Ed's Grillz Barbecue saying peace.
Salt in the mouth.